And from home and away to Hollywood, Chris Hemsworth joins us live on this Thursday edition of Sunrise. But next up, from home and away to Hollywood, Chris Hemsworth joins us live when we return.
Morning Brisbane, a beautiful day, 15 degrees right now, forecast to hit a top of 26.
Just looks magic. Now, he's one of our great Aussie success stories, and it all started in 2004 when Chris Hemsworth moved to Summer Bay to play Kim Hyde.
Very last thing I'd ever be is a teacher.
Really? So what's the score? We're in year 10, but you must be in...
Yeah, no, same.
You're in our grade.
Yeah, it looks that way.
But after a 4-year stint and a silver logie to his name, Chris packed his bags for Hollywood. Now he's scored the biggest role yet. Chris plays Captain Kirk Sr. in the latest Star Trek movie.
I have medical shuttle 37 standing by. Get to it now. Can you do that?
Yes.
Everything's going to be okay. Do exactly as I say, shuttle 37.
Well, Chris joins us now live from Hollywood. Chris, good morning to you. Congratulations. It's just fantastic. Well done.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Now, how did you score the role?
It was funny. I'd been in Chicago shooting something. I'd been back in LA a couple of days and got called into J.J. Abrams, the director's office, and read for him there at the desk, and then on the spot offered me the role, and I started next week, and then I was in a spaceship, and you know, it was all happening. So.
Mate, tell me, how did you feel reading for a director like that? You're so new to Hollywood, you're in his office and he says, mate, read for this fantastic role.
Yeah, it was funny. I didn't have any time to prepare for it. I literally got the phone call and was in there an hour later. So it was, in a lot of ways, it's kind of better when it happens like that. It ends up, you don't have enough time to think about how nervous you probably should be. So, yeah, you know, it worked out.
Worked out, all right. And were you a bit of a Trekkie fan, or did you have to go back and watch all the old films?
It's funny, not really. It was one of those things I think you know about whether or not you're a fan, you know, anyway. Same with sort of home and away, I guess. It's always been there, and, you know, and I could appreciate what it was. But, yeah, it wasn't really, you know. And then as far as research goes, once again, I started shooting a week later, so I didn't have a whole lot of time to do any, you know. But we're working with someone like JJ is, you know, you kind of hand it all over to him. He's such an incredible director and just such a, you know, intelligent guy. So all the trust, you know, gets given that way.
Mate, what a dream come true. A great role. You're looking fantastic. You made the move to the US 2 years ago. Tell us about Hollywood. Is it everything you expected it to be?
Yeah, look, a lot of ways, and then again, it still surprises me every day. I see something new, and LA's, it's funny, it's not like it's a big built-up city and there's a central kind of zone like there is in, you know, Sydney or Melbourne. It's so spread out, which is kind of, at first, I think, not as appealing, but then the more time you spend here, you find all these little pockets around the place, and, you know, restaurants and, you know, different sporting venues, and, you know, it's got a great stretch of coast, and the weather here is you know, unbeatable. I think it's you know, it rains maybe for a week once a year, and then it's sunshine for the rest of the time.
Oh,
Coast and sporting venues. Good to know that the Aussie is still there. Most impressed. Speaking of,
yeah,
do you get to visit family much? I mean, do you get home very often? Do they come over and see you?
Yeah, they're actually here with me now at the moment. I go back maybe once or twice a year, and I'm shooting up in Vancouver at the moment. So my parents came across and have been hanging out with me the last week, and my little brother here is here at the moment as well. So that's great. It's good to have them all here. It's certainly tight back in my one-bedroom unit, but it's good to see them.
That's the Australian way of doing things. You have a mate go and live overseas, and you go across and bludge.
Down.
Yeah, it's a great Aussie tradition, isn't it?
Absolutely, yeah. And I've slept on many people's couches. So.
Yeah. Do you get a bit starstruck with all the Hollywood A-listers that you're working with?
Yeah, definitely. It's you're constantly sort of, you know, meeting people and, you know, then working with people who I've grown up with watching and admired. So it's it's a constant sort of what am I doing here?
Like who?
Type feeling, especially. Look, I met Dustin Hoffman one time, and I was at his house with a friend of mine reading a script with him, and I just kept thinking, what the hell am I doing here? You know? And a similar experience, you know, on the spaceship in Star Trek in a lycra jumpsuit. You know, I thought, what has my life become? Plenty of those moments.
Oh, it's red, and that's what you've got Aussie mates for, to give you a good kick in the head if it gets too big, which is good.
I got two brothers who are more than happy to do that quite often.
That's what they're for. Oh, fantastic. Well, good on you, Chris. We can't wait to follow your progress, see what comes up next, and well done. So all the best.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you very much.
Isn't that fantastic?
Isn't
Great
that
bloke,
wonderful?
great success story. We wish him well.
Right on away to Star Trek.
Yeah, it's terrific. Now, if you want to catch Chris Hemsworth in Star Trek, it's in cinemas from May the 7th.